What's up? Welcome back. Today we have a review on the new Summoner Circle album, Cult, um, put out through Blackline Records. This is the first album I have bought from them. I have listened to tracks, and I think their last, I don't know if it was an album or EP. I know there was something before this. I remember. Um, if I remember correctly, great band, extreme symphonic metal from the eastern side of the U.S. Um, this is much more blackened than I was expecting, but I like it. I like the change up. So let's get right into it. The first track is a little intro, and it blasts. It isn't just like or whatever, it's an actual riff, which I like when bands do that. Um, and you kind of feel like whatever is going on in the art there, is just about to happen, and this is like the I don't like what you think is gonna like this is like the magic basically, and this is just like what you would see physically, but if you were to go beyond your mind, what you see here is, what I guess you would see. Um, so Apostles Dogma, it starts out really nice and quiet, and it blasts into the first actual song, Cult of the Dead. Uh, Cult of the Dead. I don't know if that's supposed to be Sun. Yeah, Sun. Um, Sorry, I can't read the font very well. I don't have my glasses. Um, but the Cult of the Dead Sun is a very pissed off, angry, fast, aggressive song, and the vocals alone tell you that they are not holding back. They have something to say. They have a story to tell, and that is what I love about this. Is it feels like each song gradually just builds off the last one, but it's still dynamic enough, and the tempo changes. Oh my god, I love when they slow down to build up to a fast part. They don't just go, oh, we're gonna slow down and then bam, like some bands do, because going from slow to fast with no build up is not ideal. Now, I'm gonna say this. The riffs are my favorite part of this. I listened to this not once, not twice, like 5 times just yesterday, and then 2 more times just to refresh my memory today. And I was about to listen to it for a third time, but by the time it got to the fourth track, I realized it's late and I need to get this review out. Um, so I like this album a lot. It was definitely worth the wait for my pre-order. Um, I'm actually gonna try and buy a shirt or two from Indie Merch Store. I think they have some there. Um, This is absolutely one of my favorite 2024 releases by far. Um, this has hooks and melodies, but it's not over the top to a point it feels like it's lost. It's what's the term I'm looking for? Edge. I don't really like using the term edge for metal, and especially extreme metal and underground metal, because when people hear edge, they're thinking something like, oh, it's meant to be edgy and like corny, like, some of the deathcore stuff, which, I am wearing a deathcore shirt, but that's not the point. But at the same time, I feel like maybe the vocals could have been a bit more clearer, because I kind of had to listen closely to a point. I was actually up against my speakers like this, like an old grandma, trying to listen to a phone just to hear the vocals, and I actually had to, like, when I did hear it, I was like, what line are we on? But thankfully, after a while, you start to get the hang of it. I will absolutely say that the drumming, while it's nothing you haven't heard before, it's still really pummeling. And this is the kind of drumming I want to be able to do one day. I've been playing for a few years, and I still can't play jack shit. I mean, to be fair, I also have an electronic kit, which uh was about the cheapest I could afford. So that is on my part. I will 100% admit that. But enough about me. the the great thing about this is the tempo changes are one of the things that I'm hyper fixating on with my autistic ass, because you listen to a fast part and then they like kind of go and you just kind of all of a sudden feel like everything around you has changed, and you're from one world to another, and you're just exploring, and they build it up again, and it's a journey, and it's an entertaining journey, and it's not a boring journey. I am not huge into symphonic bands. There are very few that I can listen to. um Flesh God Apocalypse I've sort of gotten into. Shadow of Intent I've been able to withstand a bit more with as time goes on. But this is a band that I can absolutely sit down and enjoy from front to back, an entire album or EP or whatever, and I don't feel bored. I feel like I can pick out new uh, parts every time. Um, the each member knows what they're doing. They do their part well. And like I said, the only flaw is I feel like the vocals were a bit overpowered by the guitars, but other than that, this is a solid 9 out of 10 grades for me. Um Now for some people, I wanted to do a bit of a personal update. there's been a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I have been struggling mentally. A lot of you might have noticed that I haven't really uploaded anything to Instagram for reviews. I haven't really felt like doing reviews. Um, the last video I did was more of a discussion, and I appreciate the people who have responded. Um, I appreciate those who are doing criticisms. I usually don't respond to them, but these have been very good. Um, and I feel like maybe some of my points were misunderstood, or I was just kind of lost in my thoughts. I was kind of scrambling to get them out. Um, so to if any of you guys are watching who saw that, I'm not trying to, say I'm an expert. Um, I appreciate your words, and just the discussions have been incredible. But I recently lost someone, um, and there is a post about this on my main account um on Instagram. For those who know me, they know that I have two Instagrams. I have my personal one where I post CDs that I'm listening to, or by an off chance I might be listening to a cassette. Very rarely will I listen to my vinyls right now, mostly because of where my player is at. I can really only do cassettes and CDs with ease. Vinyls I enjoy, obviously, but I don't buy them much. For me, they're just too expensive and too much work. Um, so it's mainly CDs. Everyone knows that I mostly collect CDs. Um, it destroys me that I'm having to make a big announcement about my mental well-being and the fact that I'm struggling mentally. It has made it difficult for me to even go out and get a job, just because I've barely got energy to even do anything. I feel like I can't talk to. Well, I don't want to say I don't feel like I can't talk to anyone, but it's hard to do that. Um, but for those who have stuck around and supported me through everything, thank you so much. Your support means the world to me, and I love each and every one of you. Um, Obviously, this is not something that um, I'm just normally talking about. Usually, I try and keep that personal stuff out of YouTube, or I've been trying to, but you guys deserve an explanation on why I've been gone. Um, that said, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and as always, shine on, stars.